Difficult weekends. It's only a few hours really since the match on Sunday. You obviously came out with probably the most positives, great performance, great number of saves, but not a lot that you could do about the goals. Where does that leave you? What was the atmosphere like coming back up the road, and what did the players do between then and now that's going to make it a different outcome tomorrow?
Yeah, obviously frustrated because we know how much it means to us, how much it means to our supporters. Going to Ibrox, obviously, it's always going to be a difficult game, but I felt like we made it more difficult than we're supposed to be. Like the manager said in the press after the game, almost like we collapsed after the first goal and we become more of a team of individuals than collective. And we know when we play collectively, we're a very good team. And for some reason, we kind of went away from it. I don't know why, but for us, it's all about now regrouping, being positive. The good thing about football is that game is gone, and there's another game tomorrow, another big game. And when you play for a football club like Aberdeen, these games are huge. These games mean so much to everybody involved in a football club, and this is what we play for this club. We want to do well. We want to do well against the best teams in the league, and tomorrow is a great opportunity for us to make amends for last game.
I remember speaking to you last season when St Johnstone were having difficulties, but you had great belief, and I think you're a very expressive player. You show your emotions on the pitch. You perhaps blame Shinnie. Do you think there was a sort of a lack of visible fight, and that's maybe where some of the criticism from the fans has come from?
Listen, fans, they've got their opinion. They've got right to say whatever they like. That's what makes that game so beautiful and so special. But for us, it's all about every single person is being positive. Yes, sometimes things don't work out on the pitch, like any other team has problems. But for us, it's about bouncing back, regrouping. Obviously, watching a video, see what we did wrong, and we make sure we don't do it again. Because I feel like, and we've proved it this season, when this team plays to the best of their abilities, we are a very dangerous team. We create opportunities. We are very solid at the back. But sometimes when you lose games like we did, there's ways of losing games, and we never should lose games the way we lose the game, if that makes sense. So for us, it's about keep doing what we're good at. You see the best teams in the world, when they go down, they don't panic. They keep doing the things they're good at. And I think we need to be better for this. The managers addressed it, and I'm sure the press, the boys have taken it on board. And like I said, yeah, amazing game for us to show it tomorrow.
You actually kind of positioned what I was going to ask the next time, is that there's no guarantee that you will beat Celtic tomorrow, but if you don't beat Celtic, it's vital to make sure it's a performance that doesn't dent the confidence ahead of the cup final.
Of course, because performances lead to good results. 9 times out of 10, if you have a good performance, you're going to win the game. And for us, it's getting back to them, because also we're playing at home. We know how good we are at home, especially having our fans behind us. They've been incredible supporting us. And we know tomorrow is going to be another potential sellout Pittodrie, and it gives us a great opportunity to show to the people that we are still a very good team, that in my eyes, in everybody's eyes in the football club, we are a very dangerous team when we are on it. But we need to be honest, because we know Celtic is a very dangerous team, and yeah, it's going to be really exciting.
And one final one for me, that's maybe a difficult one for you to answer. You're a contracted player here, you're a committed player here. There's only a few days left of the season altogether, including the cup final. Do you feel that the squad is still just as committed and as knitted together as it was in that fantastic run at the beginning of the year?
100%, because if you don't do that, you should never be here. Every single player needs to be committed to this football club, because it means so much to the city, it means so much to the fans. And when you sign a contract playing for a special club like Aberdeen, you need to be on it. It doesn't matter whatever, you have a 5-year left to contract or 6 months left contract. You need to be, and let me tell you, if somebody's not on it, it's going to be told, because there's experienced players in this change room that if they see somebody slacking, somebody not doing their work, they're going to be told. But that's not the case. Everybody here is committed to the one close we all been waiting for. We want to finish in Europe, and hopefully we win something.
Fantastic. You can come back every week. Thank you.
You've come in today and you've spoken positively after how Sunday went. Have you been sort of passing that message on in the dressing rooms? I imagine not everyone's as positive as you after Sunday.
You have to be positive, because when you have a negative mindset, you're never going to succeed things in life, not just in football, in life in general. And we have conversations in the team, like I touched earlier. We have a lot of leaders in this team. Doesn't mean just because Graham is the captain, he's not the only leader. We have so many leaders in the team that speak to players. We have to need to understand each other, because the more games we play together, the better understanding becomes, the better the people knows what's your strength and what's your weaknesses. And I think it's really important us as a group to speak, to tell us what we feel comfortable doing, what we feel not comfortable doing. And that something comes with the time. It just doesn't happen overnight, because you look at the better teams, they've played together probably 2-3 seasons. And for us, we had an amazing start of the season. Obviously, we had a dip a little bit in the form, but now it's just about rebuilding that confidence and rebuilding that strength and belief that everybody has in the squad. And when that is there, we're a very good team.
Yeah, there has been a lot of ups and downs. Sunday was one of the bigger downs. Have you ever had a season quite like this, with a contrast of how it started to that big dip in the middle?
No, I have never been involved with that, because early in the season you feel like you can beat any team, you can never lose a game. And then the flip side, you feel like when the next win's coming. But that's the good thing about football, and that's the good mentality of the squad. You need to find a way. When things are not going against you well, you have to stick to the principles, you have to stick to the way of playing, and eventually, like I said earlier, when you keep putting performances, results will follow. Because it's very rare in football, a couple games, maybe a season, where you don't play as well but you still win the game. But most of the times when the performance is there, the results follow. And for us, you're just finding that consistency of doing it every week, home and away.
And how's that mentality helped you personally? Because you've been in and out a couple of times with injuries. How's that sort of kept you going?
To be honest with you, very frustrated. With me, if you look at the back of my career, I've been professional for nearly 10 years. I've only been injured twice, and I've come here been injured 3 times. It's sometimes things like that you cannot control, things that are out of your reach. But for me, it was just doing everything I can. Always look at what can I do better, where can I improve so that never happens again. Football is a contact sport. Injury happens. It's just unfortunate that I had one too many this season, but hopefully I feel great now, and touch wood, that was the last one. Thank you.
Dimi, there's been, you spoke about the collapse there. There's been quite a few scathing results against Old Firm this season, particularly away. Are you able to pinpoint maybe why, and is that a concern?
It's a very difficult thing to point to the exact reason or the point of why is this happening, because us as the players, we always look at the game back and we're thinking, okay, what we did wrong. So for us, the most important thing is it's another lesson Sunday. When we concede the first goal, we have to stick together. We have to keep doing the things we are doing. Just because we conceded one goal doesn't mean we have to go all guns blazing and open ourselves up, because when you open yourselves up against big teams, they'll punish you because they're good players, And it's actually crazy, because the games like this, you probably learn more about yourself as a team more than when you win, because you see the things when you can improve. And that's definitely things that we're seeing that we can definitely improve, and it's been worked on and it's been addressed. And for us now as the players, it's all about going there and doing it, because it's so good me sitting here telling you what needs to be done, all this blah, 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 but needs to be done on the pitch.
And obviously the cup final in a few weeks. Do you feel this game could provide any insight or any mental boost going into that game?
Not really, because the cup final is so far away. It's 2 games to go. Obviously Celtic tomorrow, and we need to. I'm just going back to performance, because performance gives confidence, and confidence gives performance to lead into results, and that's what we need to do. And the cup final feels like so far away. I know it's probably like 10 days to the cup final, but for us it's still about finishing 3rd. There's still a chance. I know it's very difficult, but you have to believe, because if you lose belief as a player, it's not good. You have to believe, and everybody believes in that. Anything can happen in football, but we can only control our actions, our performances, and that starts tomorrow.